Don't forget me at the end of the show this time, asshole.
Okay, wow. I find it amazing that we do a show 3 days a week, and I feel like the chat is basically our like internet family at this point. Like I see everybody's names.
Spend more time with them than my actual family. It's not even close. Yeah. And you.
Between talking to you and talking to Xavier, I literally spend more time on internet friendships than pretty much anywhere else.
Speaking of which, welcome to the RadioGunk family, even Snowdies.
Hello, hello.
Hello, people girl. And
I wish I could put real life people on ignore.
So I'm curious, Johnny, for cleaning out the computer, why you picked Chet Hayes for your...
It's Wigger Wednesday.
Oh, I like it.
You didn't get the I thought immediately you'd get that.
It's the flavor of the
and
day.
It's a flashback to the origins of RadioGunk, and we owe it all to Chet Hayes in 2015. It's winter, early spring.
It's kind of like,
and Adam Levy.
Wine and red meat and, white wine with duck. That kind of shit.
Sometimes I don't know what you're talking about.
Crispy duck is my favorite.
No, I'm just saying, Chet Hayes is very apropos.
I love crispy duck.
That was my birthday dinner for a long time.
That first bite with
succulent.
with the green onions and the cucumber and the hoisin sauce.
Hoisin sauce
on a pancake. Oh my God!
The word succulent has no other purpose than to describe duck. It really doesn't even have any other use.
It's unctuous.
I think Jack Cat in the chat has posted it all.
What?
Who the fuck is MGK?
Well, you're gonna learn that tonight. Just so you all know,
I still barely know.
This guy deserves an acronym, like Al D'Amato deserves an apostrophe, for Christ's sake.
I
think he actually said that.
I so rarely pick clips from a conversation that he has because I don't care. But this happened to be particularly stupid, and Machine Gun Kelly has absolutely nothing to talk about.
Good morning.
And he was on once before, and he even admitted he was absolutely high as a kite and didn't even remember the conversation after they had it. And he had just come home at like 4 a.m, kind of like, John's time. 4 a.m, high as a kite from, what's the guy's name who did Sunflower and all those other stupid songs? Who has the tattoos on his face?
Fuck. Post Malone?
Post Malone. He had just come home from Post Malone's house. And
Post Malone is actually a super talented guy. He's a weird
I came home from Karl Malone's house. I have John Stockton syndrome.
Yeah, Post Malone, exactly.
Okay, Ida, you may say it was an awful interview, but I mined some little gold chips from that. And yes, let us not forget that Mr. Whiskers has a little something for us at the end of the show. Yeah, the thing about Machine Gun Kelly is that he thinks he's Blink 182, but he's not. And
he wouldn't even be the tough guy in BTS if he was in that fucking band.
It's true. That is true. If you guys saw my Photoshop for tonight where I superimposed Howard's head onto Machine Gun Kelly's body.
Oh, it's great. It's really good.
He's like those classic skinny white boy with lots of tattoos who came from somewhere in the Midwest.
He's
from a
Cleveland,
town
right?
population.
Who was that kid? Aaron Carter before him?
Aaron Carter. Even the guy that the other Kardashian is dating. What's his name?
Travis Barker.
Travis Barker.
The guy that even God himself wouldn't fucking could kill when he tried to. He took DJ AM, but not fucking.
I mean, they're all like that same kind of gross, dirty boy looking kind of guy, and I hate them all. So I did pick a couple of key clips from that. Some clips about him talking about Olivia Jade, who apparently is his idol at 22 years old. And then Ralph making fun of his conversation with Machine Gun Kelly. And then we had some cleaning out the computer with Chet Hayes, as is shown below. And let us not forget that Mr. Whiskers has a little bit of gossip for us. A couple things I want to mention before we start the show is Bon Jovial did an amazing preview
for really
the Brent conversation that I had.
Really good.
I think that the preview is probably better than the conversation, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
It's pretty fantastical. I should actually play it for you guys right now. Let me see if I can get onto YouTube real quick. Hang on a second. What are you mumbling about over there, you little freak? What's going on?
I thought of another Brent question before we
Okay, I wanted to sit with you and work on that so that we can definitely do that. So
yes, we got. I think we should get together. Yeah, instead of unless you want me to just text you stuff, because I don't mind doing that either.
No, let's just chat. Let's just chat
but make sure you write it down when we do it, because you don't want to.
I will make sure I write it down, sir. I promise you. I promise I will do that. All right, so
welcome to the Howard's Fluffy Duty. Welcome to the RadioGunk family. Good evening, Mo and peeps.
I do also want to read some commentary from yesterday's show, which is still in the unapproved section of stuff. Where is my Brent and Monique interview preview up on RG YouTube now? I'm going to play it from our website because it's just easier than me going in there, because we're live now and whatever. You know how that works. So hang on a second. Let me get this. Please hold. Please hold, everybody. For a guy with like the deepest voice, you have it's amazing how you can get as high pitched as you do.
Yeah, it's like Casey. How many touchdowns did the A's make? Nice.
Okay, if you haven't seen the preview for the Brent Hatley show, which is going to be on April 2nd, I still don't know what time. Nor do I care, but let's check it out. Here we go. It's so dramatic. Makes me laugh so much. Monique recently recorded an interview with Brent Hatley.
It's like the beginning of Blair Witch.
From Julie Hager's statements during a podcast with Who Are These Podcasters regarding the Summit Revolution 2013 leaked video. The music, so ominous. For the first time, he was willing to tell his side of the story. No subject was out of bounds. Get ready for a wild ride.
Yes, well, I listened very closely to what Julie said, and I was at the meeting that he's talking about. Marcy I met for the first time when I got there in 2014. I'd never met her before. If you look at the organizational structure, Gary does have to answer to Marcy. That's true. I thought that it could have been handled like, hey, look, ignore this stuff and do your job. Like, that's all that needed to be said.
But what did it turn into? Did it turn into a accusatory kind of thing, or?
Generally speaking, yes. But boy, they were pissed, I can tell you that. They were not happy. They had that meeting, and I went back to my office and sat there and was like, I just needed to take a minute and cool off. And we're the only business that this is allowed to go on. It's really insane. If I'm at a place where I'm being disrespected, like I can't create the art that I need to create, and I walk.
I'm dying with this. This is Brent Hatley's most personal interview ever. Wait, watch. However, the next thing you will see is still personally more shocking.
Oh my
God. Standano. Guess who?
Only on our Patreon.
Exactly. For Patreon members only. Yes.
Diamond tiered.
How amazing is that? Seriously.
That's just straight out of the Shining, Kubrick.
It's no worse than any professional movie trailer you see. It really is. I love the shot of the Middle Eastern call center where you see Blit and Brent at their cubicles, and that's a really, really slick. What would you call it? Interstitial drop.
Interstitial. That's exactly right. How did Bond ever find his way to the site? Ow! Ow!
Brian Janu writes, he's like, I think Mr. Whiskers is actually really in Florida right now.
That could be. Okay, so I guess we're going to start the show now. So yeah, just remember the Brent interview is on Saturday. Oh, something else I wanted to tell you guys I was super excited about. So last night after the show, we had been talking about the time that Xavier and I interviewed Mutt. And this is coming off the heels of Stern Fan Network. And since we had just started the forum, we were interested in some things that he would know about forum life and, the stupid
Forum
$1 million
brethren.
thing and the Stern Fan Roundtable and stuff like that. So he gets really into, there was nothing, right, that we asked him that he did not answer.
He was a little evasive on a couple of things, but you know what? We skated right through that fucking storm.
Correct. So anyway,
there's a much shoot of limitations that have expired now. I don't think his life is somewhat moved on. I don't know. He barely does he tweet about the show at all? Is he kind of
I don't know.
divorced from it somewhat?
I follow him and he follows me, and rarely does he. So anyway, so I was looking through my old computer, the one I used to use to do this podcast with. And I thought I had everything because I had downloaded everything off of the hard drives and I put into a folder pretty much every podcast we had. So I just typed in the word mutt and I found a whole treasure trove of Johnny. Every single podcast we have done from 2016
I was
going to
suggest the Google Drive thing. And that's an underrated trick you can do is where you just write a word in to the Google Drive and all this shit pops up.
Well,
like,
no,
what?
It's not on the Google Drive. It happened to have been on a partitioned drive on my computer that I did not access. And not only that, it was in a partitioned drive that we had backed up when the forum shit the bed. So the guy I was using in Pakistan said, you have to back up the site right now.
You must back this up immediately.
Because we're going to take it down and start it from scratch. So I had downloaded it, and it was within that, all of our podcasts.
That's great. That's so much.
Not only that, but Bon Jovial has the first 20 podcasts that we ever did.
Ooh,
and then we have the
Jim
Florentine and Hansy and Fred the Elephant Boy, which nobody could understand. And I think we did a script of what it was.
Yes, that was Rakdar.
Yes, right.
Rakdar, that is the most brilliant transcripting I've ever heard in my life. He's a walking closed captions of California.
I miss Rakdar, actually.
I do too. He's a good guy.
And he did amazing Photoshops as well. So I have all of those as well. And so all of the vintage RadioGunk at some point in the future will be up. I will personally be working on the Mutt one because I really want to put that one back up.
Did you find the Lucas De La Botte interview?
No, the only thing I actually can't find is you and I, Xavier, walking through North Shore Animal League the first time,
Bianca,
which was so funny. I mean,
we
were just so
I remember
stupid. We were so stupid. We were horrible. We were mean girls, and it was. And I was all here for it.
It was all just joshing.
Yeah, we were just.
You know what I love? I love that it's now Beth's furry friends. Like she expects people to not remember that it was Bianca's furry friend. It's like when Subway did the $5 footlong, and then they started doing commercials that's $6, and wait, you did a thing for 3 years. It was $5 footlong. Are we supposed to forget that?
Yes, you are. Just like the dollar store is now $1.25. You are supposed to forget that it was $1. You are supposed to forget that.
Buck's a buck.
I saw Monique and Xavier walking in Bianca. They were holding hands.
We got shit for that too, man.
We did get a lot of shit.
It's fucking, we're just joking. Jesus.
We got a lot of shit for that. But you know why? Because we made fun of that unsightly woman who was doing the tour. That's why. That's why we get. So anyway, so here's the thing. The thing is being able to upload them onto YouTube because they're all MP3s. They're all just podcasts because that's all we were doing at the time. We were never really doing YouTube. So we kind of have to figure out how to kind of convert them into something that will be YouTube friendly that you can kind of watch. I also got dinged last night for playing music from Selena, so I had to remove that.
Oh shit, that might give us a ding
from the replay. So I did that. I did want to talk about 2 comments that I thought were really interesting before we start the show. These are from yesterday, so let me do a share screen.
That's eerie, getting dinged from someone who's dead.
Dead ding. Yeah.
Bro,
Right?
that's like
Isn't that kind of
that's
eerie?
like kind of the algorithm for like her and like the Beatles and the Stones. They don't fuck around.
They do not fuck around. Okay, here. So 2 things from yesterday's show. Let me just blow it up real quick. I'm not a lawyer, but the news anchor. Okay, so remember we were kind of zaprudering the hakalugi on Beth in her mouth and eyes scenario, right?
Yep.
I'm not a lawyer, but the news anchor said he was charged with, quote, attempted assault. Wouldn't that suggest that he tried to spit on her, but he missed? If the loogie landed on her, he would be charged with an actual assault. If you're charged with attempted murder, it's because you failed at murder. So his thought is that you failed at assault and that the spit never really
This is
actually
like
hit her.
that Keith Hernandez Seinfeld episode.
Exactly.
You
To
know,
the
it's just
left,
like, yep.
turned right. Exactly.
Xavier had a great point. Why does Beth not have a police report? Why isn't she not
She was
filling
a
out a
victim.
police report? She's the
I
victim.
don't know.
Right?
Is
She's a
there?
victim.
How do we know
she
there
would
isn't?
have to
How do we know there isn't? Nobody
press
went and checked
charges
that.
and all that
Right?
shit.
No one's right.
We don't know that she doesn't. Okay,
She can't
point
open a
number
Word
2.
document.
Michael Hansen saying Steve Harvey Oswald, classic name by the way, commenting that Matthew Broderick killed 2 people in Ireland is an Irish goodbye is grade A comedy. Nobody acknowledged it. Also, Mo, you guys never mentioned when speaking on Pelican Geek Boy's outrageous paranoia that he actually had a window removed or something to that effect while remodeling at Sirius because he was terrified of someone literally sniping him by way of the building across from Sirius. Can you imagine? I can imagine. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, there's someone in freaking Allstate across the fucking way.
Exactly.
How do you think they concocted
50mm.
his entrance and exit from Sirius now with the freight elevator and clearing? That was a schematic. I bet you they dreamt that up for months and months and months. How do we get in there, clear the halls, get everybody out of the way? We take him into the basement. The freight elevator comes up. I'm sure it was a whole
thing.
Yep.
What Beth is song? What Beth song? What is he talking about?
I don't know,
John.
I don't know.
Mackie, can you be a little bit more specific?
Smiling,
When Beth smiles? Yeah, exactly. Which song? I know. You almost can't listen.
Or
to
is it the one close to you? Is it the one on Valentine's Day? It's Valentine's Day.
I think I have that one too.
Judy Tenuno. Yes, Bruce Willis did in fact get interviewed by John, and it was some weird, quick exchange. It wasn't so bad. I think Willis said something like, "I love Howard Stern. I had sex with him last night," and he ran off. And he was trying to go along with it.
I feel bad about Bruce Willis. I must confess, I knew about that for a while.
Yeah, Mr. Whiskers has known that for a while. We debated whether to let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. And there's actually a little piece of the puzzle that is not being disclosed right now to the public that we know. So
I thought he had dementia when he did Bruno.
Well, apparently this has been like before 2015.
Wow.
But I was thinking about it.
I guess one too many Seagram. Golden wine.
Oh, that's right. He was the secret spokesman with that.
I was thinking about it today and thinking about like cut to 15 years from now where they give him like a lifetime achievement award and they wheel him out like they did with fucking Liza Minnelli the other night where he's just all like
awesome if Liza wheels him out.
Old and he has a cane and he does like a Herculean effort to just like kind of lift himself up on his cane so he can stand in front of the mic and thank the audience and his wife and fucking Demi and all his stupid ugly kids and it would just be like an amazing moment, but I don't want to see that.
Did you watch the Bruce Willis roast, Monique, 2 years ago?
I did not.
It was good. It was on Comedy Central about 2 years ago. I think people should check that out. Went after him. He's a good sport. I'm actually impressed he agreed to do it because I thought he was too uptight to take a hit like that. But I'm impressed he was able to do it.
His bodyguards violently shoved me in the back when I was at the Palms trying to get exchange my room key.
Wait a minute, X wasn't Michael Clark Duncan his actual bodyguard at one point?
I have no idea. All of a sudden, the Palms, the entrance was pretty crowded. And my room key wasn't working, so I'm like in line, and freaking all of a sudden, like, boom, you get violently shoved out of the way, and like, what the fuck? Turn around, it's like Bruce Willis walking around with like this cloud of 20 people, and his bodyguards are just shoving people out of the fucking way.
Wow!
So, fuck you, Bruce. How you like that now?
You know what? He was at the height of his game back then. And
this was like 2007.
So now he's that guy where they have to like feed the words into his ear. so that he can speak. And you know what I just heard today, interestingly enough? So there's this chick called Leah Michelle. She was on Glee.
I remember that broad.
She looks a little bit like a not even quite as attractive Barbara Streisand with dark hair. Apparently, she was homeschooled and is completely illiterate and doesn't really know how to read. So they actually have to feed her the words in an earpiece so that she knows, and she has a photographic memory, so she's able to remember lines like verbatim. But she really can't read, apparently.
You hear what John Gruden said about her? Mm-mm. He goes, "You got lips the size of Michelin tires, brother."
So it's weird because Bruce is living like just a block or two away from Demi. Those kids, not too dissimilar to Howard's kids, to be honest with you, are completely dependent upon him for money. They do nothing. They have no discernible source of income. The entire lot of them. So there's a lot of people that rely on Bruce.
All you can say for those kids is yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers. Just get that Walmart application going.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's start the show. Hold on, I have a cough drop in my mouth. Let me take it out.
Seagrams.
Was Bruce Willis ever in studio? No, Judy. I think I do remember, and I've been thinking about this a few months ago. He called in the very earliest of 90s. And I don't know what it was for, but I do remember Willis calling in like in the early 90s for something.
Yeah.
Fly by night, some fly by day, moonlighting stream.
All right, so we're going to start the show now. So, hold on, let me put on my readers and see what we have in the
that scene where Maddie was fucking the other dude, the dude from summer school. Mm-hmm. And like he shows up at her house. It's all raining. I'm gonna tell her I love her. And the dude opens the door. He's like half naked. And then like they close the door on him and it's all raining and he's all sad. Fuck, that made me laugh.
I don't even know what movie you're talking about.
No, Moonlighting.
Moonlighting might be the best thing he's done to this day.
You saw Moonlight?
No, I think that
you never watched it. It was that fucking Xenon.
With Booger.
Watching
remember
ABC.
Booger?
Yeah,
Booger and Mrs. What's the other broad? Mrs. Beasley.
Booger.
The fucker's name was it?
I still think that they made this
representing
mad push to make whatchamacallit like a Christmas movie now, which I think they have succeeded in doing, right? So the hell's the name of that movie? And I loved him in The Fifth Element. That's actually
you talking about Die Hard as a Christmas movie?
Die Hard Christmas movie. And then Fifth Element was an amazing movie. I love that. I actually went to see a premiere for that. I got tickets to that. Some of you were asking a couple of days ago how I got to do all this like stupid stuff that I've done. And one part of it was that a friend of mine who I worked an after school job with when I was at FIT, I worked for Manhattan Cable. And you probably all know the classic story about how fucking Rush Limbaugh tried to pick me up, 17-year-old.
Ladies and gentlemen.
While I was literally just an operator getting his cable and his HBO. In any case, so a couple of my friends there, one of them went to work for Howard Stern, whose name I will not absolutely ever mention. And he's really good at feeding me some information. He's the one who gave me all those Christmas cards that Howard sent out. And the other went on to work for what was WKTU, and who was direct competition to K-Rock. And they used to get tickets for movie premieres and give them away. And, if you were like the 100th caller or whatever, and I used to just get them for free. And so my friend would call me and say, Mo, do you want to go, see a premiere tonight? And, I worked right across the street from him. So I would go all the time. And we went to see The Fifth Element together. And they gave out at the end of The Fifth Element, like the little pieces from the elements. And I wound up selling those on eBay for like a couple $100 afterwards. Ooh. All right, I digress as usual.
What did we find out that Bruce has been dead the whole time?
Exactly. I think that Bruce is the
whole time he's been talking to us, but he's he's really not
Bruce
really talking to us.
Bruce has been doing lots of straight to cable overseas movies with Vanderpump Rules stars the fat gross Randall Emmett. Now we know why. Well, unfortunately, he has a lot of mouths to feed, and so I guess he was just going to take whatever he could possibly get. And there's an unwritten rule, and Xavier will tell you this, that you don't really talk about shit that goes on set. You just don't. And
someone told Mr. Whiskers.
Somebody did.
We were gonna do a whole thing like the beginning of the year, like, I'll probably get fucking sued. So maybe we should just chill on this one.
The broad in Fifth Element was what's her face? Multipass.
The Russian broad. Mia, what's her name?
Jovovich.
Yeah.
The one who was on Married with Children. That's okay, bud. I don't mind if you watch.
Hold on.
That was a reference right there, motherfucker.
How about you do the next Die Hard with Sybil Shepherd? Let's see how it goes.
or get what's his name?
Or get Demi Moore to do it.
Husband.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's.
I think G.I. Jane can handle people. G.I. Jane's getting a lot of pub last few days.
Let's start some clips, everybody.
We have to, I guess.
Oh my God. So. Okay, so he started the show. I don't even know what the hell he started the show with, but one of the most important things that he started the show with, which was worthy of 3 clips, was he wanted us all to know this incredibly exciting piece of information. So here we go.
Yeah, OJ's on Twitter, and the other OJ's on Twitter. Olivia Jade, she's back. Olivia Jade, the girl whose parents got her into college by taking a picture of her on a rowing machine and slipping a couple of bucks to somebody. She's back. She's feeling pretty comfortable after her stint on Dancing with the Stars.
What's she talking to? What's she up to?
Who cares?
Monique, how far into the show is this?
Maybe 15 minutes.
This is his first This is the first thing that this supposed heterosexual 70-year-old man, father of 3, grandfather of 1, is thinking about to start his show with. To New Rights. You think Howard making fun of Olivia Jade is his way of telling his daughters to get their shit together? And Dennis accurately writes back, and I agree with every word. Nope. He honestly enjoys watching because he wants to be a pretty young girl.
He loves stupid people.
Yep, and loves stupid people.
She is as fucking. She's like dirt.
But he does. He's a pretty young girl. He wants to be a pretty young girl deep inside.
Yeah, so listen to how inane the conversation gets. I mean, it's
made a long video
classic.
about a trip to Milan for Fashion Week.
Oh, good for her.
And then in between, like, talking about the meals she was eating and showing off her room service order, she did a little thing on the Ukraine.
Well, that was nice.
The tone of his voice is
he talked about the suffering of the Ukrainian people.
He wants you to think he's being sarcastic.
She's back in full force, though, because she was, like, showing you how to sort out your bikinis and what drawers to put them in and sorting out her closet, how to do your makeup for the Milan Fashion Week.
Dude, minor speed bump that cheating to get in college.
It's all over now. Everything's fine.
This is what he's talking about. Olivia Jade lasted for about a half hour.
The sarcasm in his voice disappears, and he starts to like, this is what you really are into. No, you really like this. There's no irony here. You are a gay man who wants to be this girl. There's nothing else going on here. He's trying to make it look like satire in the beginning, and then the fake sarcasm leaves, and then the real guy comes out. And this is why he needs 285 days off to do this.
Yours is completely correct. Imagine your dad talking about it.
I know. Life. So you always got to translate the civilian,
exactly,
right?
Back to the real world. So let's listen to a little bit more about Olivia Jade because it's so interesting.
I always said Olivia Jade didn't need a college degree to succeed in life. She's cute. She's got a great body, and she's got a huge following on social media. But I watched this. I'm an Olivia Jade fan, and she was so
stressed
cute and
has a great body, and that'll get her ahead in life. I know a lot of women with cute, great bodies.
Do you
really?
really?
And they're not ahead of anything. She must have making something.
She was in high school making $2 million a year off of Instagram.
Yeah, he loves
Well,
that.
anyway, in this video, she is so fucking stressed out about how to organize her swimsuits. Like, I know that stress. I have 3 swimsuits, and I'm never sure what shelf to put them on. I really am not. I really struggle with it because it's an odd number. Yeah, because I want to be able to see all my swimsuits.
So this is what he's talking about.
Is it just me, or the fact that he's talking about this imbecile making $2 million on social media when his daughters were basically on social media, didn't make fucking a dime? I mean,
of course not. They're not earners. So that's why he likes her.
He won't let them be, though, Monique. He wouldn't let them go nuts on social media.
Oh,
as Emily has said, he shuts it down.
I have pictures of fucking Ashley fucking making out with broads.
Oh, X. I'm not claiming he can match them. I'm just saying they would like to be. He shuts them down anything they try to do. And Emily said that in the article.
They tried, especially Ashley really tried.
What Chaka Khan says here is either he wishes he was a pretty young girl or he's a decrepit sexual predator. I can't decide which. I know, maybe a little of both columns.
It's actually shocking that because Olivia's a little too old for his taste at this point.
I know.
A little bit. Scott Baylor
She's
says,
6 years younger than Ashley.
44 and waiting to die. I hate when you say that, Scott. Can I just say that I find it disgusting that a billionaire is obsessed with somebody making $2 million? That's
I know. That's the other way of
zero.
That's right.
His
that's $2
children
million
make
more than Beth ever made.
He's just jealous of the fact that a 22-year-old is making more than the entirety of his family combined. Let's think.
How did that start with this chick? I mean, was she billing herself? I'm whatchamacallit's daughter,
Full House daughter. So that
who's not even popular herself.
Yeah,
like,
but
what's
the beauty.
What I'm saying is she had that leap. The kids like Chet. They kind of had that advantage. They're kind of notorious or whatever.
It's not even Babe. It's not even the fucking Full House money. So her father is
Massimo. He's rich.
So he sold his name, his full name, so he couldn't use it ever again as a designer. He sold his name to Target and gets a percentage
That's
of
right.
every single thing that has the Massimo name on it. So he is worth millions and millions.
Oh, that's who that dude is?
Yes.
Oh.
The other thing is Lori Loughlin's like the 10th lead on that show.
Yeah, it's not about Lori.
People act like she had this huge. She didn't really do anything besides that. I think
listen, she was a cute kid who's famous parents, so she had a lot of people fucking noticing her stupid activity, and she did like the whole Kylie, where she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna show you how to put a foundation" and shit like that.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly
what it was.
And then
she got a little sponsor here and there.
And then her parents got in trouble. And that's how she became really known to
everybody. It actually helped her. You're so right. That actually helped her a lot.
And then next thing you know, she's on Dancing with the Stars, and she was like, well, fuck it. She was actually mad at her parents for having to go to jail.
Exactly.
That's why the terrorists hate us. That's why the terrorists hate us. Her mother can go to jail, and she actually she fails up in the situation.
Like she wasn't allowed to be on social media while they were in the pokey. And she's still fucking, it's not fair. I can't be on social media. Meanwhile,
what else was she going to do? She got kicked out of college.
Hallmark money.
And it's not even like she had to go to college. Let's be honest.
Nobody does in that community.
There's a video out there where like when she was still, on the DL, she's like, I'm not really looking forward to classes. I'm looking forward to, like the parties, the football games, like just
literally. It's all about the college experience.
That's why colleges.
Exactly. She's just a fucking imbecile.
That's why everybody's in debt, and colleges can get away with what they charge. When people like that are willing to lie, cheat, and steal to get into this, like, oh my god, I gotta get into this school. It makes them look like it's the place to be. You know what I mean? Like they don't deserve. USC, right? They don't deserve that level of.
USC. Meanwhile, her mom. Yeah. Her mom is being forced to eat out someone named Eleanor in jail. She's fucking.
I love what David writes here. Writes, Howard's jealous when anyone cuts the line in his estimation, like Oprah getting a radio show exactly on right.
This chick is like the poster person for that shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fashion is where the real bread is.
Let's get it over with. Right. Rip the Band-Aid off.
Exactly. Thank you, Clitoris.
How pathetic.
You really hit that G spot with that 10 spot.
Jesus. There's an episode on Full House where Jesse and Becky are trying to get their twins into a private school in an underhanded way.
I love how David has every plot line memorized.
Yeah, I love that.
Whatever happened to David Debility?
Yeah, Massimo made a mint on his Target deal. I actually blame him for all the depravity. That's probably true. Yeah, we knew, Chuck. We knew what you meant. All right, so let's move on. It's time to check in on his parents. No. Let's check in on who his best friend is. He was actually really kind of jealous about Machine Gun Kelly having like really good best friends, and always having people he can rely on and talk to. And I just this is only a minute long clip, and I just want you to hear the amount of pausing in this. I think this is the one.
They're getting the dialogue written for him. That's why we.
I don't know. In my head, having a best friend sounds like a lot of work, and I'm not looking for more work. I got enough work.
If it feels like work, then don't do it. It should be easy.
Yeah, it feels like work. I know my parents are enough work. I mean, it's like having two toddlers. Each of them has their own nanny. Honestly, it's like fucking. It's expensive and it's fucking time consuming and there's a lot,
I could sack Lamar Jackson with that alligator count.
Crazy.
Oh, sorry, there's a delayed fuse on that.
That's my best friend. He's right here in the house.
Beth's my best friend.
Convenient.
She's right here. She's convenient.
I like her.
Do you hear?
That's the best friend.
That's
Monique,
one
if
way to
how
deal
uncomfortable
with
would you be
life,
taking
is to have
pauses
one
like that
person
doing this show?
who's everything. Or you could have a lot of people.
No.
She's an idiot.
And my best friend gives me sex.
Can you imagine,
Ralph?
Wow.
if we did a show
And pause like that many times?
That's
and
horrible.
pause this much
And only worked 3 days, like has a little few shows as he has, and he
got
comes
paid.
with that and got paid what he gets paid. Like he gets
The amount of money he
$2,000 a pause.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bro, Microsoft text to speech doesn't fucking stutter that much. And we're talking like the 1995 version of that.
Okay, so let's just finish off with his best friend thing, and he's talking about Jimmy Kimmel not being his best friend. Here we go.
God, what does this guy have to do?
I was working on Jimmy Kimmel being my best friend, and then he started pushing me to go to Italy, and it became too much work. So we're just friends.
Yeah, this best friend was making demands on you.
Yeah, too many demands. Come on, we got to go to Italy with our wives, and I'm like, okay.
Too much work, private jet, all the amenities set up for you. You don't have to kill
He's going to get you somewhere.
Yeah.
That's it.
1002,
That's
1003.
everything that he says. I mean, it's
That's
just
brutal.
brutal. This show is brutal, you guys. That's why I clipped so much of Machine Gun Kelly. So now let's check in on
That
his
was
parents.
like unfunny Woody.
Yes, let's check in on his parents.
No, like I said, I'm sorry. I'm just really quick. We made this point, and I'm patting ourselves on the back. This is for years ago. Those pauses is what you're missing. Is where Artie used to go, right? So every time you hear these, this Miles Garrett alligator count in between, that's where Artie used to go. That's where the comedian used to go. Right. Every time, that's why we'd punch it up with a great Artie line or something like that.
I lost money on the Giants.
That's what in 2010. That's the first thing I noticed.
Or Jackie chuckling.
Or Jackie chuckling. Or Billy West, or whatever, or whoever you want.
Yeah, but you're right.
Or a drop.
Which begs the difference.
Or a drop.
Where the fuck
Right.
is
Where's the
Fred?
drop, Fred? Right.
Where's
Monique.
Fred?
Right. What does he do? If you can't fill a fucking drop in that spot, 12 alligator count. What are you there for? What is he? You really want to know what is Fred's purpose? Just listen to that clip. What is the point of Fred?
None.
He's working on the MySpace King Norris website while the shit's going on.
Exactly. He's working on his new CD
God
release.
damn. Like I said, if I were running Sirius and he wasn't a silent part, the first thing I'd do, bye, Fred, and here's your afternoon show at higher whatever.
I love the getting
Charles
with Fred
Barkley in the
aspect of
afternoon.
things. I love it.
I do too. I want to do a second Fred show.
I would really love for them to get rid of Fred. I'd like for him to be fired.
We wouldn't know. We literally would never. We wouldn't know.
It would take.
You
us
could
months.
program 101 with full afternoon show and
Sal
a
could do
really
the drops
good
happily
Yep.
and easily.
He did once and he was fine. He was
know,
good.
and he was
Bon
perfectly
Jovi
fine.
will do it.
Yeah, Bon Jovi could do it. Exactly. Let's hire Bon. All right, so let's touch in on his parents and see what's going on there.
There you go.
There you go. This was pretty disturbing, so let's just play it out.
But he was off the wall, and then they were going to put him on some medication, and the doctors, said to me, do we have permission to put him on the medication? And I go, yeah, put him on anything that'll fucking help him. Put him on heroin. I don't give a shit. You guys know this shit. I don't know it.
Taylor
And
Hawkins.
the doc says to me, well, I have to tell you, there are always possible side effects. I go, like what? What could be, what's the side effect? I mean, 98. He goes, it is possible that he could get an erection that will not go away, and we'd have to go to the
my
hospital.
God. Can you imagine?
What kind of medicine are you putting this guy on?
Who cares if it makes them happy? And I go, my mother will deal with it when she comes home from the hospital.
How's your mother going to deal with that?
She ain't never coming home.
And the doctor didn't think that was funny when I said that, but
No.
he slapped me. No, he.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, I
this
said, you know
conversation
what?
really happened.
My mom can handle that. He's like, no. He goes, it's very serious. You know, if it's like a 1% chance. I go, you know what? I'll roll the dice on that. It'd be kind of funny to see my old man walking around with a big boner.
So does he really think that his mother, who is 94, will do
take care of that?
anything to take care of his father's? You know, it's kind of like when he asks Robin about her period. Okay, every once in a while he'll ask her about her period as if she's not almost 70.
Dude,
I don't think he has any other point of conversation. I think he's run out of repartee. I think he has no new life experiences, and he falls back on that same tired sexual tropes that used to be funny in the 90s. He doesn't know how to update anything.
No.
It's all just it's very sterilized, but he will always revert back to that. So he doesn't, you know what I mean?
Right.
There's no new
Robin
repartee.
hooking up with like
right. No matter how old she is, she's hooking up with
what's his face?
Chadwick Boseman
right.
while he's in the grave.
What was the other one who was in A Star Is Born with Lady Gaga? That he loves so
Bradley
much?
Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Loves hooking Robin
Especially
up
a
with
white
Bradley
guy,
Cooper.
yes, but
Yeah, because a 40-something white guy wants to be
Matthew-
with like a
yep.
70-year-old
that's right.
Yeah.
spinster. All right,
Yeah,
so
let's
go
go
to
party. Let's go eat dinner at 2. Yeah. It's 5. I have to go to bed now, Machine Gun Kelly.
Okay, so this is my last.
Let's say it in the
parents'
chat.
Wow.
They would say it in the chat. What do you think Kimmel really thinks of Howard now?
He
You think he
loves him.
regrets
He can see
hitching
no
his
wrong.
wagon to him?
He can see
because
no wrong.
Adam
Really.
Carolla said that Kimmel's whole goal in the show business was to be friends with Letterman and Howard. Like he had
Yeah,
no other,
so he made
at
it.
all costs, no matter how I do it. But do you
Good
think
for
he's
you.
kind of at a point now? This guy is just,
you, Shane.
Thank you, Shane.
Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Shane.
Asshole.
All right, let me finish the parents. Hang on, here we go.
Yeah, no, I to be honest with you, I don't have a lot of time these days for Olivia Jade videos. I really am busy with those parents of mine every minute.
I should
And I
know.
don't get hope. I need you to step in and take care of my parents. I'm begging you. If you have any
If I
decency.
could get out of this house, I would help you, but I
No.
can't. You told
You
me
can do
I
it.
can't.
No, you could do it from your house. I do it from my house. I'm on the
course
phone
you
with
do.
people all day, managing their affairs.
I don't believe they can even get
Or
through to you.
then
I don't think
you're
they can even
such a
get you.
control freak. You'd have me calling you every time I got
No.
a call.
I'm ready.
You're
for
ready
you
to
take
let
over.
go?
I'm ready to let go. Whatever you do, if they don't make it, they don't make it. You pull up. You make all the decisions. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is what he wants. He just wants them to go away. He doesn't want to have to deal with it anymore. He doesn't want to have to deal with the stress of dealing with them anymore, even though he's literally in Florida. Like he's not even there to take care of them. He's just a dick. He's just a dick. All right, so the rest of my trips happen to be Machine Gun Kelly. Now, I am going to preface this by saying he is quite possibly one of the most boring interviews I have ever heard.
The
And I
guy's a
heard the
doofus.
first Machine Gun Kelly interview, and that was as boring as they humanly get. Now, so Machine Gun Kelly has been involved in a couple of different controversies, and Xavier had made a couple of posts on it maybe like 2 weeks ago or so.
Yes.
Basically talking about how what was it about black girls? Like that
He
they always
said that
give-
black girls give the best blowjobs.
Right. He said this to a black
Yeah,
interviewer.
and then the producer got like all pissed at him, and he started like fucking ripping on her.
Right. And then he said that he would love to sleep with Kylie Jenner? No, the other one.
Yeah,
Kendall
Kylie
Jenner.
Jenner.
Kendall.
Was
And
it?
at the time
She was 17.
only like
One of the Jenner broads.
yeah, she was only like 16 or 17, and he's like, "Is that
it's
wrong?
Okay,
I don't think
it's
that's
okay,
wrong.
man. It's not creepy
It's not creepy
because she's
Yeah,
famous.
exactly. Let me see.
Shockingly, that was in the news recently, and Howard didn't mention that. Why do you think that? Why did
And then never mentioned his hair. How we all know he got hair plugs.
hair plugs, statutory rape?
Right, that's
Statutory
right.
rape. Exactly. I don't know why Baker's on here. Baker's feud with Eminem began on May 7, 2012, when he wrote a tweet saying Eminem's daughter Haley was hot as fuck, despite her being 16 at the time. So, is that... Are you talking about Travis Barker? I'm a little confused with what we're talking about.
Millie Bobby Brown or the Olsen twins or who are we talking about?
No, I think you're talking about Travis Barker talking about
Jenner.
everyone's daughter.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what we're talking about.
So one for Brent, Monique, is you say to him, you go, Brent, let's get into Howard's plughead for a little bit here. Jason Momoa is a no. Machine Gun Kelly is a yes. How does that go down?
He likes
in these
those
pitch
tall,
meetings.
slender
Well, yeah,
boys.
let's get Monique to get
Howard has
Brent
a
to
type.
explain this. He has a type. Is he?
He has a type.
Go into it. Like what? How does this process happen? Where Machine Gun Kelly is a hard yes, and Jason Momoa is a no. How does this go down?
Not to be like a stereotype or anything, but when you see like dudes that marry each other, they generally resemble each other, whether they're bears, whether they're twinks, whether they're whatever. So if you logically, then Howard's going to go after a tall, skinny dude, and Machine Gun Kelly's a tall, skinny guy.
He has a type. Well, I was, Stamos.
Those guys are a
Stephanopoulos
type. Those guys are like that weird
Pat
type.
Monahan.
Just skinny, full of tattoos. Shitty blonde
Shitty
hair.
tattoos.
From some town with like 200 people in it, and they're just shitty human beings who do nothing but party all day. I'm sure most of them will wind up dead before they're 50. And they're just, and he's like a fucking mumblepuss. He's just horrible. So I wanted to play a little bit of that, and I'm looking forward to getting to some Chet Hayes.
He's kind of ripping off Tommy Lee, if you ask me.
He's ripping off Blink-182. He sounds exactly like them.
Well, the music, I'm not talking about the look.
Sing
Tommy Lee kind of started that skinny dude with the shitty tats.
Yes.
And that's basically what he's doing.
Yes, they all do that, and that's who Travis Barker is too. I mean, he does that too.
Oh,
and
I hate Travis Barker.
I know you
such
do.
a
I know you
douche.
hate him. I know you hate him.
Okay, we're almost in April, Monique, and so who we got? This is the world's greatest interviewer. We're now in April, starting from January,
right.
we've had
show for
8 guests.
8 guests.
8 guests.
Okay, so hold on a second, because you know how I love to share the official timeline.
I'm sorry, 9. I'm sorry, I just cheated him out of one. 9 guests since January 1st.
And he has worked what?
Look at January to April, 9 guests.
7, 8.
For the guy making $4,000 a minute, hailed as
but
the
we're
world's
only on
greatest.
week 9. How could he have had 9 guests already?
No, from January 1st.
9 times 3 is what? 18, 27. So
9 total guests for the year. That's so
27 shows.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah. He can't handle not only can he not handle more than one guest, he can't handle a guest a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all they do when you listen to Sirius Promotions is promote this medley of huge stars that waltz in and out of so they promote the show under the auspices that it's a guest driven show. It's not like there's anything else they can
interviewer.
Yeah.
When is Will Smith coming on to apologize? He's not, but apparently Mrs. Potato Head is coming in next week. I'm positive that is what he will ask her about, because Amy Schumer is going to be in on like Wednesday or something like that.
Do you see what Steve Z is asking?
No, where is that?
Just a couple below what you just had.
We need a Bond intro for the calendar. Oh my God, we do. And actually, I need to update the calendar for this
year.
Too
much time on my hands.
Yeah.
Too much time on my hands.
Too much time. Too much time. Okay, so let's talk about Machine Gun Kelly. Let's see where to start. All right.
Yeah,
classic.
Judy Tenuno. They're all birthday bash guests, pretty much. There's very few of them. Machine Gun Kelly's like the only one that's not really in that birthday bash crew.
Well, that's because he's too young.
Yeah, he's too young for that.
He's a little bit on the younger side, which is what he's trying to go for now. Pretty sure. Yeah, Pete Davidson's totally Machine Gun Kelly's boy. And Howard was like super jealous. He was literally jealous about the fact that they are friends and how much he would love to hang out with them. So let's see. Okay, classic Howard question. Classic Howard question. Here we go.
Do you think you have a death wish? Do you think that you even on the new album, you have a song called Sid and Nancy? What do you see yourself? Do you identify with Sid and Nancy, that like you're one of these guys who's hardcore? You want to have a snake bite me, You want to smack me in the fucking head with a giant machine.
Oh, that voice, that trailing off.
Do you think you have a death wish?
Right, so these are the kind of questions he was asking Machine Gun Kelly.
He's literally
trying to be so emo, man.
Yeah, totally.
Machine Gun Kelly is Tommy Lee's penis with a blonde wig on it.
With tattoos. Don't forget the tattoos.
Tattoos, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do a little bit more Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, Monique, Ben 4810 goes, what you were talking about with Brian goes, we got 3 guests a month. 10 bookers on the staff's payroll, and we get 3 guests for the whole month. Isn't that crazy? What do they do?
You know what? The only parallel I can make to Howard Stern's budget and how many people he has is that when the government has a budget for like widgets or pens or something like that,
I'm only gonna.
And if you don't use it, you'll lose it.
Yeah.
And so he's gonna use every dime that he needs to.
Absolutely.
It doesn't even matter if he doesn't use them.
Well,
I'm sure there is so much stuff on the chopping floor and in their office, of shit that they'll never use. That it's not, I'm sure they come to him all the time with guests, all the time.
Oh yeah.
But
if he gets first dibs at it, and he's blocking the rest of Sirius from getting these people unless he gets first dibs first. It has to be so much we haven't even scratched the surface of, even if it's not. But his radar is so out of touch. It's so senile and so homoerotic that the nose he must get. I mean, there's a really good. If you go back with Brandano and that whole Black Keys thing. Now, no matter what you think of the Black Keys, Brandano's looking at it like from his generation, like, what is this guy saying no to the Black Keys, and you're having on Howie Mandel 6 times, that kind of. Yes. So like the staff doesn't really get it. They have to go along with what make Howard happy, and it's a horrible, horrible place to have to go along with that shit. I couldn't last for a month.
Okay, I love that you just made mention of this because I want to get to it right here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find the entirety of it so that we can look at it together. Can somebody read the thing I just posted on our page there?
By David?
Yeah.
Okay. David writes, Howard saw the magazine thing where, I hate saying that acronym, MGK and Pete were hanging out in CK underwear and talking about their dick size. That's why he's jealous. David, you probably nailed it. There's always some strange wig-terior motive behind everything he does, and it's always that angle. I think you nailed it as usual.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it right this second.
He wants a sword fight with them.
That's Cindy Lou who writes, I don't blame Howard for taking that time off. Maintaining a hair system is very exhausting.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
You kid? Exactly. That's exactly right. There's healing. That's exactly right. Plug time is 2 weeks of healing.
All right, let me see if I can find this for us. Plug time is 2 weeks of healing.
That's what they said. Who was it? That guy Spencer Coburn was talking about when he was talking. Chauncey and he were talking about how the time off is you're getting the hair system put, and that's what was the precipitation for it.
Okay,
and that's
let me share this.
Castle Gay Skull and.
So I'm trying to find the actual full footage of it, but so that you guys can understand what the hell is going on here. It's basically them sitting around in their underwear. His pee-pee is so tiny and thin. So they're just talking about themselves in their underwear and just doing white boy with lots of tattoo hijinks. That's basically what's going on here. This is what you're getting from Pete Davidson and
a wigger whack off.
Machine Gun Kelly. So this is probably at Machine Gun Kelly's house, and they're just stripping down to their underwear.
Do you think Howard beats off to this, and then when he gets to that point, he goes, "Beth, get in here! Don't say a word!
Quick!"
Pete Davidson's one of the strangest phenomena as far as just the Lorne Michaels fame machine and how that all works. He's not talented. He can't do impressions.
He hasn't done anything funny.
He doesn't do anything right. And Lorne Michaels decided, I'm going to make this guy a star at all costs, and we're going to turn him into a dating machine.
Why at all costs?
I don't, because he did that with
Why
Jimmy.
Would Lorne Michaels do that?
Do you remember when Jimmy Fallon was on Saturday Night Live and he would just ruin every sketch and laugh through it? Anybody else would have been fired. He was getting letters from like 13, 14-year-old girls that were watching the show for him. They were trying to turn him into this like Tiger Beat thing, and it didn't matter how bad he was. Lorne Michaels doesn't care about funny.
That's not even somebody I would actually feel bad for on the short bus going to school. Like, I would never look twice at a man that looks like this. Never. Like, not even
a raccoon.
Remotely. I mean, he's just really, really gross.
It's a weird time.
Ugh.
Yeah, David. That's a good. Pete Davidson's a John Mayer type of thing. Like, why is he so? He was more famous for dating than he was music.
John
Doesn't
Mayer's
every time they try to fire him,
insufferable.
he threatened suicide or something like that, so they kept him on the show.
Who did? Pete Davidson?
Some shit like that. The dude's just like, oh, I got mental, whatever.
I think
so
Bill
emo.
Hader introduced him. That's how he got on.
Oh, really?
Somebody was telling me his mom was like Lauren
His
Michaels,
father died
something
in 9/11.
or another.
His father died 9/11.
Yeah, he was like a fireman or something like that.
That's
Correct.
his mother has some weird thing.
Let's look at this, shall we? Look at this. Look at this. Show of hands, who finds this attractive? I mean, seriously. And the fact that now he has branded Kim Kardashian's name on his skin, branded. Like took a
Did you see
hot
the tattoo
burning
though?
ember. No, I did
It looks
not.
like someone fucking got a hypodermic needle and a Sharpie. It's fucking horrible.
All right, let me see.
It's like
Hold on.
Kim's my girlfriend or some shit like that.
Branding. All right, here we go. Let's take a look. See. Where is
King
it?
of Staten Island is good. I will actually watch that.
I can't bring myself to watch that.
Polo
No, I have
Snap.
no.
I'll check it out just for you.
I'd rather see that movie where Rosie O'Donnell's in bondage.
God, that's with Dana Delaney and Dan
Dan
Aykroyd.
Aykroyd or something
Oh,
like
what
that?
is the name of it? Exit to Eden.
Yeah.
I had a
Oh,
D-Scrambler,
look at
and that was
you.
on like 100,000. No, I had a D-Scrambler in the 90s, and the shitty movies you just watch them over and over again. So you,
A hot box.
yeah, hot
There's
box,
a hot
right,
box.
right,
I
right,
have
right.
friends who just sell hot
Scrambler.
boxes.
I'm
think-
looking for the branding, and I'm.
Did Gary Marshall direct that, X?
I have no idea. Jesus, look at that shit.
No, just no.
The tattoos actually don't shock me anymore. There's no amount of tattoos that shock me anymore.
But just
Everybody's
no.
even on
Crappy. Even Post Malone thinks those are crappy tattoos.
Exactly, and that's not saying much. All right, let's move on with Machine Gun Kelly because he has so much interesting
Ooga.
stuff to say. It's
Thank
actually
you,
quite
Tiger
thrilling.
Lily.
So here's Howard talking about what he's wearing. Here we go. Hang on. Okay.
What's that coat you're wearing, man? You fucking look good. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
thank you. It's a Dolce & Gabbana coat.
Do you get that stuff for free? I mean,
I'm actually
trying to get hooked up.
I could do that. I'm actually the face of Dolce for this year, so I'll don't know.
Really?
I don't know how that.
What
happened,
energy? Wow, this is radio.
Let me
but
understand
thanks
this.
to
Bring
Mr.
it.
Dolce and Mr. Gabbana for having some faith in a
More
fuck
like
up
Water
me.
Pisser Kelly.
Can you even imagine? This is what we listen to. This is like background white noise. Seriously.
Well, he was on Jimmy Kimmel last night. So,
Yeah.
Does he have a
so
different energy on TV? Did you watch him on Kimmel?
He seemed like, somewhat more upbeat. I saw a little bit of it on YouTube.
I think Howard
yesterday.
brings everyone's energy down now. It used to
It's,
work. He makes Greg Allman sound
Because
like
everything's
Pat
about
Cooper.
therapy. Everything's
know.
about what's
Yeah, well, and it doesn't help that Howard's in Florida and he's in L.A.
No, I know.
Okay,
Forget,
wait, so let's
people
play a
kind of
little bit
forget
more
that
of this.
they're like a
'cause
billion miles apart.
These are just really classic. Just stay
This is
with
so crazy. He needs to.
5150.
me. That's him stopping a song that they just sang.
Damn. Very nice, boys.
Hey, thanks, man.
You say you're a heartless, jealous, and a narcissist. It's harsh
Yeah,
word.
narcissist for sure. Trying to get out of that, but yeah.
Don't we all have to be a little bit of a narcissist if we're in show business? Seriously. I mean,
I think so, yeah.
You're not.
That's what keeps it pushing on to new heights.
Okay, this is the level of excitement. This is the energy that a Machine Gun Kelly brings to the show. All right, so let's talk about Machine Gun Kelly's diet because Howard is so incredibly jealous of it. I love this one. It's my favorite.
You like your body, I feel, because when I was watching that Avril Lavigne video, you were wearing like a belly shirt. I could see your stomach, man.
Belly
Dude,
shirt.
you don't have an
What
ounce
guy
of
says
fat.
belly
Do you
shirt?
work out a lot, or are you just naturally gifted that way? I was very.
I
If you're on the
Very
fence
impressed.
of how gay he
Don't
don't
is,
eat much.
Listen.
You know.
Is that the trick to looking rock star ready? You gotta
Rock star
you can't
ready.
eat, right? Is that it?
That's not on purpose. I think my diet just consists of like coffee and cigarettes. It's not great.
I'm sure that breath is delicious.
So it's gotta get ripped. You
Yum,
should see
yum.
the fucking belly and
I
tits
say
on
the
me.
same thing, dude. I'm like, dude, wouldn't it be cool if we just one summer we're just ripped? I don't know when that summer is going to be. It takes
Oh,
diligence
come on.
and working out, but
You're wearing a belly shirt. You can't do
Belly
that
shirt.
unless you're ripped. You're ripped, dude. Don't even.
Dude,
act like
But
that.
sometimes
70-year-old
I do
saying,
clothing just to, make people talk. Sometimes it's just to start a conversation.
Vocal fry. He's got the
Dude,
Marilyn
this is
Manson vocal fry.
horrible.
It couldn't be worse.
It's like Winston Churchill had a little bit more upbeat pep on his fucking speeches.
Well, so while I was trying to record this, I kept doing the 15-second fast forward just to see if anything of any interest came up. So here's my
like
random Machine Gun
We should
Kelly
defend our
blabber.
island, whatever the cost may be.
Here we go. Listen, randomness.
They like put patterns in front of Haruto therapy, which is like leeches supposed to like have a scent or anything like that, dude.
Shit. What did you? What do you think that is from doing?
Right. So he. Wow. Yeah, I'm sure years of
You are.
like that was
totally
a different
Stephen
story,
Wright.
It's like you felt like you didn't have a picking up. It's Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
It really moved me alone. I'm alone.
Hoodie because I've had tattoos since I had tattoos, but I couldn't show my killing my cousin because I'd never seen. He just
Wow.
and another his arm. My dad like he saw when he didn't. We were.
You should really hear this right before he died, and it's funny. I thought it was
Thank
great.
you. Person, huge. Like, and I feel like the first 40, it made it way more.
What the fuck am I supposed to do about it?
He's from like for that moment
whole
or
ep- this
that
is the
all
whole
of that pent up.
Your father and that other stuff. I wish you've seen that as well. And everything's going well. People fuck with you all the time, Bull.
Look that wall down and just talked with me. You would have no reason to have
Bill Belichick. That's a good one. He does sound like Bill Belichick.
Okay.
That is good.
Yeah.
That's Machine Gun Kelly for you. So Howard
Kelly
during the
Horrible.
conversation was talking about, oh my God, it would be so cool to hang out with Machine Gun Kelly. And then the call of the day comes in from Ralph. Like basically putting a little like reality into Howard's haze of Machine Gun Kelly, which actually I must confess made me chuckle a little
Every
bit.
once in a while, Ralph hits it. Does he
Ralph
get it
hits
right
the
here?
truth. Yeah.
Every once in a while. I'd rather have him. I think he's better than Howard now.
Yeah, here we go.
I really
Not saying
do.
much.
I know. I know.
Kept him for 2 fucking hours. What's
2 hours.
No, but it didn't seem like
Okay,
that.
sorry. 2 hours with Machine Gun
Wow. All week we waited for this. No other
2
guess but that.
hours.
That's what you get. 70-year-old vocal fry.
2 hours. All right, so here we go.
You said, "Oh, I've kept you here long enough." I wonder how long we've been here.
I'm a big yenta. I like to hear what's going on with everybody. Well, hey, Ralphie boy, I got to call you later. I want to up my look. I'm checking. I want some Dolce and Gabbana. Give me
Where's
some
his
freebies.
Dolce and Gabbana jacket?
Freebies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's
Fucking douchebag. Where's my Dolce and Gabbana
I'm gonna call
jacket?
that, but I'm just sitting here laughing the whole time because you go like, yeah, I'm gonna come by the pool. I'm gonna come hang. You wouldn't last a minute with him. It would be so great.
No. That kid's got a lot of energy. I don't have it. I didn't have energy
All
when
you
I
have
was
to
his
do
age.
is pull out the knives and say, "Look, we're going to throw these up in the air."
See if we can catch.
50 seconds at his house.
I would like to think that I could last at Machine Gun Kelly's house. Like I imagine, us all pulling down our pants and BB gunning each other's asses with tattoos, and
It should be a TV show. You at Machine Gun Kelly's, and I'd watch it.
it would be good.
Here goes the next one.
If I went over there, I really would. I'd insist on lights out at 7. I'll tell you.
I know. That's exactly how it would be.
We have to have dinner at 3:00.
It must be such a wild scene, like everyone doing ayahuasca, and aliens, and all that kind of shit.
And what they talk about, they talk about all these aliens.
I wouldn't last for a minute. I would throw everyone out. It wouldn't even be my house.
Imagine.
Hey, Chad, if you're tightening your belt over gas prices and stuff, Howard made $480,000 during that interview.
half a million dollars.
$1,000 a vocal fry.
Wow.
Not Tiger Lily goes, narcissist is a very tough word for someone with those kind of dentures.
Seriously, that was actually one of the most boring. Yes, Machine Gun Kelly would laugh at a 30-year-old Howard Stern. Yes, he would. So not, this is who Howard would try to emulate today if he didn't have like a Dee Snider in his life back in the day.
Yes.
Like this is
Oh,
who,
God, yes. You're so right. You're so right.
This is who he would want to be. tattoos, earrings,
the
that
poser wigger,
poser
Sean
emo
John.
hair,
Yep.
like the whole thing. The pants that hang off of his hips, and you can see the abdomen marks going down to his little fucking treasure trail that go down to his penis.
Yep.
Very Jim Morrison meets Machine Gun Kelly-esque.
Do you remember when Howard got that Capricorn tattoo on his arm? And so he wore a fucking
that horrible 7 with a little 6 on it or something.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that is, and he wore like tank tops for like 5 years.
Yes.
Yes.
That was when he first started to go to the Hamptons, and you could see shots of him.
Yeah. And what's funny is he used to goof on people. He was like Robin, people get tattoos, and then he wears these ridiculous clothes to show them off, and then cut to a few months later, he gets that ridiculous tattoo.
He had the skinny fat with the Wigabod cream posture. There's some that's some of the Monique had a great shot of him the other day. Why he won't be shot from his left side. There's a couple of shots back then you can't, the Streisand thing where he can't be shot from the left.
The arms of like a unfit Aunt B.
You ever see Danny Manning's arms when he first broke into the NBA? He was the only black guy I know with no definition.
Look at that tattoo.
Skinny fat.
He went all out.
He would always wear those kind of shirts so you can. After he goofed on people who did that.
Yes.
Look at this.
Yes. Disgusting. Disgraziad.
He's got his thumb underneath his bicep
and then he
to of prop it up.
Look at the young spry chickie that did his new tattoo.
Oh my God! I never saw that shot. I never saw that picture.
That's when he changed it from that 7'6" thing, whatever it was, into a dragon.
You're so spiritual, man.
Yeah,
TM.
That's the woman who
Friends
did it
of
for
the
him.
court, man. Numbers, spiritual. You're
he
so
hated that
deep.
tattoo. Yeah, he used to wear his shirts like that all the time.
You got to ask Brent about Friends of the Court and that whole phrase and how long that went and the mileage it got out of it.
Well, don't forget, Brent wasn't there with Friends of the Court.
No, he was.
Mm-mm.
He just joined. He just came on board when they instituted.
No, he wasn't there when the original video was filmed.
But he said he watched it.
Oh, is that Scoresman getting a tattoo?
He went back to.
Oh Jesus! Why? Why you gotta do that, man? No spoiler, please. Some people are eating dinner right now.
Scoresman with a Superman tattoo. All right, we digress. Okay, so I think that was it for me for today. So I think it is officially, I could be wrong, but
cleaning out the computer.
I think it is in fact time to clean out the computer. Now, here's the question. Should we do Mr. Whiskers first and then talk about it, or should we do cleaning out the computer?
Yeah, do Whiskers first because we tend to forget about it.
I can't imagine why.
We do.
The last minute, and then it just kind of gets glossed over, and people get mad. And
yes, this is true. All right, so let's. And we don't have a Mr. Whiskers.
It's copyrighted.
You should call me right now. You should call me right now so you can
all by himself. Wink.
You guys want to hear my Mr. You want to hear my phone ring for when Xavier calls me? Hold on a second. Well, no, I want to do it. You be quiet. You
shut up, you bitches.
All right, here we go. Hold on, let me put some volume on this.
Too late, I'm already sleepy.
Shut up.
So,
nap. Whenever I hear from him, this is what I hear. All right, here we go. Wait.
People should hear the ways of directions. That's actually funnier.
it's pretty good cell phone clarity.
Feline aids.
This is my ringtone.
The ways is way funnier.
The ways is amazing. I have Mr. Whiskers as my Waze directional as well.
Can I turn left?
Okay, so are you gonna? So is Mr. Whiskers coming on to give us a little information?
What do you think I'm doing? Fucking squeezing my balls? What the hell?
Yes, yes, I do.
I'm not like Howard. You know, Howard was touching himself the whole time he was talking to MKG.
Well, okay, so does Mr. Whiskers have something he wants to talk to us about? You want to intro yourself? Yeah,
Hey, Mo, how you doing? Hey, John.
Hi.
How's it going, guys?
Hi, Whiskers.
Hey.
Welcome back to the family.
So, so I overdosed on fentanyl the other day, and woke up and found out that Taylor Hawkins beat me to death. But whatever, I shall digress. Apparently, I got some information from a little bird. Told me that, you know how Howard is like bitching about his parents dying and blah blah blah. Apparently, there used to be a young man on the show. His last name was Sabian, I believe. Is that his name?
Perhaps.
I believe it was. Okay, that sounds
that's
right.
his name. That's Mr. Whiskers the cat.
Right.
He doesn't really know these things, but apparently, him leaving the show was never really fully put out there. Apparently, what happened is Tim's father was terminally ill, and Tim approached Wiggy and asked him if he could have some time off so he can fly out and be with his dad in his final days. And Howard said, "No, you can't go anywhere. You gotta stay here." And so Tim said, "Well, I'm gonna go anyway." And that's sayonara, adios, adieu. Howard got rid of him. That's it. You leave, you're done. And so Tim left, and that's how Tim left the show.
Now, Whiskers, no offense, we knew that gossip on a few different sources, and but not saying we can't flesh it out, but I think
we were like an asshole.
I think that bears no. I think that bears reiteration. I'm just glad you brought it up because I don't think that gets brought up enough, and I think we should harp on it and park on it, Whiskers. I think you're just reiterating a beautiful.
Shut up,
as we're on GB.
Okay, should we be cleaning out the computer or something else? What's going on?
So basically, what we're saying is,
I say we park on that a little bit.
Yeah, let's park on this. I think you're right.
It's topical. He's talking about his parents, you bitches.
Let's put the car in neutral and talk about this just for a quick second.
You cheated. It's not the first time, I'm sure.
Mo showing off some inner thigh.
Who said that?
Oh,
jeez, I'm wearing a dress, that's why.
Yeah, I am Siler. At the 1 hour, 12 minute, and 48 second mark.
I'm wearing a dress. It's a little warm, so I decided I'd put on a little dress.
Thank you, Ida Greenbacks. You're a great broad. You're a great green broad.
Somebody gave us shit the other day for you calling girls broads.
Oh, stop.
Somebody was very upset about. It's like, where are we, 1922? Who calls people fucking broads anymore?
I hate men.
Well, it is true, and there may be a lot of people that did not know the fact that here's Howard bitching and moaning about his parents and how much time it takes.
The irony.
To get them into a good position.
Yes.
And
okay, you know what? I'm doing the Bruce Willis one. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Uh-oh.
Okay, here's one that even TMZ doesn't know. You ready? You ungrateful bastards.
What do you got?
Well, okay, so apparently at the end of last year, a certain A-list person, whose last name is Willis, won't say any names because I don't want to get sued. Apparently his worthless daughters were shopping around a reality show, filming old dad being all demented and shit. And so, they were walking around shopping this shit. And apparently, there was no takers for it. So...
Good.
Even TMZ doesn't know that. See, dicks. Now you know something that TMZ doesn't know. That not only does he have dementia, but his kids were literally shopping him like he was a fucking veal. Trying to sell him. Because, they know that when dad dies, money's going blip, blip, blip.
Is that Kevin Willis or Bruce Willis?
Kevin
Willis. That's interesting. I always wonder how many reality shows get pitched a year, and because everybody as soon as the career dries up, right, they go to that. Like, let's take my family, and they want to be the next.
No. But in this case, they literally know that train's coming to the final stop. So they're like,
Yes.
you know what, Dad's gonna be demented anyway. So let's just do a reality show around him.
Yeah, but you know what? They all get money from him, I think.
Yeah, but how long is that gonna? You know what? They know his finances.
How many reality shows, Xavier, would you say get shopped on a yearly basis?
Oh, quite a few. But the celebrity ones, you know, there's always gonna be, you know, interest in that shit. Can you imagine how fun that show would be? It's like
No.
like a, you know, someone wipe the soup off of Bruce's chin, please.
Are they looking for an angle or are they looking for a name? You know,
The-
like
the
if you
kids-
said the Kardashians in the beginning, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. Who? Robert Kardashians?
Yeah, but you
what?
got-
I'm not. No. And
Oh,
now, like,
come on! Look, there's Denise Richards done it. Like
Those broads.
Look, like Tori Spelling, who literally had the winning lottery until she pissed off her dad like 1 week before he died. And he wrote it out of the will.
yeah.
She had to do one. So like, there's a fucking ton of these.
It's amazing what hits and what doesn't, because there's like really famous people that have tried it and it bombed miserably. I don't really get why.
I don't think Bruce is sitting on a pile of gold at this.
I don't
point.
think
It's
he
pretty-
is. You know, apparently, according to the gossip, the whole reason that he was continuing to work was because he's got a lot of mouths to feed. I mean, those fucking useless kids of his do shit. You know, none of them do dick. And then he has a new wife who has two very young kids. I don't know why these guys do this to themselves when they're in their late 50s, early 60s, or whatever he is. I find it to be ridiculous. So, you know,
Yeah, but
basically he's
Demi
been
isn't
doing
married
movies
to him anymore.
he's been doing movies to pay the bills for
Exactly.
years. You know?
He's doing literally like Olsen twins type of movies. At this
What's the
point.
last good movie he had? What was that movie? Glass? No, what's it called?
No, that
Oh, the
bombed.
M. Night
That bombed.
Shyamalan movie.
That bombed. That they had all the potential, but they fucked that one up.
Wasn't it called Glass though? Am I wrong?
The last
No, that's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Was he in Glass?
he was the last decent thing he did was when you know that Stallone did those the replaceables or replacements or whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck
yeah,
they're called.
yeah, yeah. Right,
Kind
right.
of-
With the
He did like 1.5 of those movies. He was slated to be the big baddie in the third one or something like that, but he wanted like $1 trillion for like 4 days of work. And they said, "Fuck you," and they brought in
Unbreakable,
Harrison
yeah,
Ford
right, right.
instead.
That's the one. Unbreakable. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
12
that
Monkeys.
might have been the last good movie he's
Amazing.
done.
That's a great movie, 12 Monkeys. Great movie. Demi sold her Manhattan condo for $45 million 5 years ago. She chips into the Three Ugly Girls upkeep.
Well,
I don't know.
that train's coming to an end.
This train is coming to a full fucking stop. Looper. Yeah, you're right. That was a good movie. Listen, Bruce Willis has had an amazing career. I just don't want in 15 years to see
Zed's
Bruce
dead.
Willis
Zed's dead.
come on stage like Liza. Like I can't even imagine seeing that because you know he'll be out of sight, out of mind for years, and then all of a sudden they'll give him some
Well, the thing
award.
is had he not done like 1,000 shitty movies, you would think, oh, you know what? He must have made some good money with all those flicks that he did. But the fact that he's doing, you know, these straight to fucking video,
Redbox, straight to Redbox.
straight to Redbox and
Yeah.
fucking one of those shitty fucking streaming services, it's like that's not a good sign. You don't do those unless you need the cash.
Can somebody
Like-
look up for us while we're sitting here? Thank you, I am Siler. Can somebody look up how much Bruce Willis's net worth is, please?
Do you trust that? Those
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that at all.
No, I always take that with a grain of salt.
No,
David
I mean-
writes something. It gets as ridiculous as he goes. I played cello for this ridiculous magician reality show back in January, and I'm sure it got shelved. It's that type of shit. Like every day they pull some weird reality pilot, right? And it's just like I would love. Isn't there like a thing where you can look at the pilots that never made it? There's
No.
like a show where you can go and they show you like sitcoms that never got picked up.
Production
they filmed the
companies
pilot
usually
and
just sit on those.
Gina Bobina
Right, like we
writes.
never saw the Robin interview show that she did.
Oh yeah.
Even though they were like pushing that one around for like forever. Yeah, total garbage.
Yeah,
bullshit.
Gina Bobina writes, rumor Willis has been trying to get famous since the night. It seems like it, right? They try to throw her against as much. They pitch her to everything. She just can't find that
Look at that.
that sweet spot.
250. I believe he's made that much. I don't know. He owns that. Like he has that much.
Yeah, he's bought and sold a lot of real estate, pretty much everywhere. Now he just, I think, lives near Demi, right? I mean, I think where do they live?
Yeah, but I mean, Nicolas Cage made a lot of money, and look, he just barely got a debt like last month.
Oh, look at this. Bruce Willis
Johnny
sold
Depp
his
bailed him
Turks
out.
and Caicos house for $27 million 3 years ago.
I don't doubt it.
Chaka says, according to those sites, I'm worth $3 million.
The real Chaka Khan or you?
Yeah, like the real Chaka Khan, I guess.
Through the fire.
Rumor has an off-putting face for TV and movies. Yeah, they're not really the best looking kids, I swear to you. I swear I saw that show Mo was on YouTube but was taken down. I don't know what are we talking about, sweetheart?
Probably the Robin.
The Robin interview show?
I feel like you're right. I just can't find it. I would love to, because I would love to rip it a new asshole. Those girls look like the Funhouse Mirror versions.
Totally.
A demi-ganger, right?
The Nick Cage movie looks good. That's high praise.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so now just swinging full circle.
Cleaning out the computer.
Since you named yourself Chet Hayes today, and
speaking of Hollywood Hanksitism,
yes,
nepotism. This is the origins of RadioGunk. We first started this show.
True.
I tweeted or I emailed our friend Adam Levy from Radar Online because I follow Chet Hayes on Twitter and he was going nuts on Howard. And I found these tweets. I sent them to Adam Levy. He wrote an article in Radar Online about basically Tom Hanks' son threatening Howard's life over and over. It was phenomenal. It was so fantastic. And every major media source picked up on, except TMZ, which is a Buckwall client. And we had our first show based on this.
Yes, we did.
In May of 2015. And I was on like a Virgin Mobile speakerphone. We couldn't figure out like, what is this Skype and how do you record it and what do you do?
You know what, by the way, when we were doing a podcast, nobody even knew what a fucking podcast was.
No.
Like, seriously. No. When I got on Apple with the podcast, I swear to you, there were maybe like 100 podcasts on there. Maybe. And they were all shit. Probably just as bad, if not worse than ours. Whatever happened to our Adam Levy, Johnny?
I don't know. Every once in a while, I'll tweet him or something. I think it's time we resuscitate Adam Levy and see what he's. He's actually working for what's the British tabloid? The one.
The Guardian?
No, not
Daily
the Guardian.
Mail,
the other one. Daily Mail. He went to the Daily Mail, and I don't know if he's still there anymore.
When he went to the Daily Mail and the Pelican Brief was kind of like an up and coming thing, he's like, you know what? I asked them if they wanted to write anything about it. They said no. So,
yeah, he was telling us that Howard has no interest. That, there's these couple of people that, we talk about, it was Melvin had that thread about how Buckwall did that PR machine with him, and they throw out, the whole point of the show is they try to think these very, very innocuous, sterilized quotes of horseshit written for him, and they're trying to make stories out of him and get him this weird, and these, MSNBC's picking up on stuff, and it's so forced. He's not, and they're trying to make him look like he's that guy from the 90s, and it's so not. And that's another question for Brent, that PR machine and how that works when they're trying to get quotes by him.
You can't do this now because I'm not paying attention. All right, so I have the clip. I have the picture up here from the first page of the Adam Levy thing that you sent me. And so, which clip would you like me to play?
Let's go with what started. So in 2015, Howard dusted off his Chet Hayes. Chet Hayes came to Sirius to do that shady 45 show and apparently had trouble with security and a photo booth, and there was this dust up in there. So Howard picked up on it, and they're goofing on him again. And then Chet finally caught wind of this audio and then hit back on Twitter. And then you could show the article.
Okay, so this is a 4-minute clip.
Just play whatever you feel like playing.
This might take me some time. So over here at Shade 45, they had on Tom Hanks' son, who's a rapper.
Right, we started to talk about this.
Yeah. That's a tricky area for white kids to become rappers, especially kids who
Especially kids of privilege.
Yeah. He took a beating over at Shade 45. You want to hear some of it?
I do.
Okay.
We got Chet Hayes. You almost ain't making it on the show. What were you doing out in the lobby, man? What was going on with you, man?
First of all, the security guard was flexing on me for no reason, man.
What was you doing?
Bro, I don't know. They must have thought I was like a motherfucking troublemaker.
I'm sorry, that's one Mr. Chet Hayes.
Yeah.
Talking there.
Yeah.
About people flexing on his shit?
He's talking to another white guy. I can't remember the host's name is actually
that
a
guy's
white guy.
too?
Yeah, it's two wiggers. Yeah, it's wigger on wigger action.
Yes, Will Smith's tears. We're going to repeat the show for you, so just give us a few minutes.
I want to say also props to Adam Levy, because Adam doesn't just choose pictures willy-nilly. He chose that picture of Howard deliberately to make it the worst thing he could find. The one that looks the wiggiest and the most pelican-y.
You were just sitting there quietly.
Bro, I was sitting there quietly minding my own business.
Bruh. He's got the whole lingo down.
I want to choke him.
Yeah, well, the guys at Shape 45 weren't too choked up on him either.
Everyone was giving me the stink eye. Like, I don't know, like, people was grilling me.
Yo, what up?
Grilling. Please.
You getting upset?
Yes. This guy had a private school education.
That's right here. Then we go up to take a fucking picture in the little photo booth. Security guard tells me that I'm not allowed to do that.
Okay, then what? Well, you're not. So then what happened? You're not allowed to do that.
Hey, man, the white man told me I couldn't take a picture in the photo booth. Yo. Wow.
Riveting.
Wait, somebody just gave me a note. The guy interviewing him is a white guy, too.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have to leave.
Melvin says it's Rude Jude.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Two white guys.
I'm leaving here.
Is that like...
You're not a celebrity. You're not Tom Hanks. You just came out of his dick, bro. Why are you talking? You're not on the mic. Shut
Are
the
you
fuck
kidding
up
me?
and
This is
listen.
a white guy.
Yeah, everybody's white in the room, I think.
Yeah, that's Rude Jude.
Oh, that's Rude Jude?
Yeah.
So who's the... Oh, I see. Rude Jude. He's white?
Yeah.
He's got that shit down. He could have grown up in
You know what? We got to interview him.
Yeah.
And see where, talk in your real voice and then talk like this.
See, when I lived in Roseville, I tried to talk like that. I was bad at it. An excuse. I was trying to survive.
Hey, hold on.
No. Get the fuck.
I'm sorry. I need to show a picture of Rude Jude. Because I can't even put the name to the face.
I can't either.
Here we go.
Wow. God, who does that remind me of?
He looks like an accountant.
Oh,
He looks like an incel.
somebody specific. Jesus.
He plays video games all fucking
That's
night.
gotta
It's
be
like
a mistake.
the general manager of
here we
the
go.
Arizona
Here's more
Diamondbacks.
Rude Jude. More Rude Jude. That's Rude Jude.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay, then. Here we go.
Is this a language they're now teaching in school?
That's right, guy.
Ebonics.
Yeah, that's right. Get the fuck going.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, he's over here yelling at me off mic, man.
What did he say?
Yeah.
What did you say, Kevin?
I'm a tight ass, bro. Beat it.
What did you say,
Yeah, okay, I'm a dick. Fucking bail.
Nice haircut. Shit just got
Thanks,
red
man. I
in here.
appreciate you, man.
Oh, shit.
Say it while you walking. Thanks. Oh, now you're gonna fight me. Okay, beat it.
Man,
All right.
shit just got red.
Oh, they just threw out...
They threw out his other guy.
yeah, they threw out Chet Hayes' guy.
What's up with your boy, man?
Bruh, I don't even know what he said.
He wasn't supposed to say nothing. That's the whole
Steve
point.
yeah, it's good.
Man,
I'm over here to talk to you. I don't know that guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know that guy.
I don't know. Shit just got real.
That was your manager?
Nah, it's my homie.
You gotta get better friends, bro.
Man, he is a good dude, though. He's a loyal motherfucker.
Yeah, but sometimes...
What are we listening to? What the fuck is this?
I have no idea what we're listening to.
What are we listening to? What is this? I don't even understand the words that they're saying. It is completely incoherent and inarticulate. What is that, Johnny?
Howard's goofing on him. So then Chet gets wind of it, and he starts going off on Howard on Twitter. And I guess if you want to read that article, that's what spawned off it.
This
So
right
after
here that I have
we sent Adam Levy the Chet tweets to check it out, and then Adam wrote the article, and it started this whole shitstorm. And all the media stuff picked up on it. Got on TV, it got on everything. And
so
it was
here, right?
it started actually back in 2011 was the first time Howard goofed on him, and Chet had held on to that. He was like in his late teens or something in college, and he has held on to that ever since. And then he
Tom
went off
Hanks
on him.
must be so annoyed, Stern commented on his show in February 2011. Where did he grow up? Beverly Hills?
Yes.
What a fucking douche. Hear the audio on Radio Online. Fast forward 4 years when Hayes appeared on Eminem's Sirius channel Shade 45 and had a tense chat with host Drew Jude in January. Again, Stern and co-host Robin Quivers roasted Hayes for his style of talk and the culture clash when set against his privileged upbringing. After his appearance was discussed when Rude Jude appeared on Stern's show earlier this month, Hayes finally broke his silence on Stern, which is the next clip we're going to hear, right? Telling the Private Parts star he's old and his time has passed. Stern on his show Monday... well, let's listen to that, okay? Because we got that, right?
That's not...
Oh, man, we were just watching the clip of you fucking saying that you want to do a...
Oh, what?
I'm sorry, this is years... So this is just a couple of years ago. Those quotes are from Twitter. Those are the tweets I sent from Twitter. The thing you're going to play is actually, he's still holding on to this. This is from like a year ago. It got posted on our site.
Damn.
Jesus.
And I don't want him to get over it. What did you say yesterday? Enemy of...
no, I'm saying Jed Hayes needs to get over it.
No, I'm saying I don't want him to get over it. I want him to kill Howard.
The enemy of the enemy is my friend, right?
Is Chet Hayes the AIDS baby at the end of Forrest Gump?
Yes, he is.
He was in... Curb Your Enthusiasm. I think last season he played.
Oh, last season, you're
yes,
exactly
he played the boyfriend, and I tweeted him how great his performance was, and how much better he was than Howard in Private Parts and everything. He didn't give me a retweet.
Stern on his show Monday responded to the tweet mocking Hayes that he would tweet at Tom Hanks to cut his allowance, and reminded him that he's famous on his own merits as opposed to who his father is. Oh, right. We got to bring that up.
How neat.
Let me get to part 3 of that so that I can.
He's in Shameless, says Tiger Lily.
Continue with the clip. What, babe?
Tiger Lily says he's also in Shameless, which I didn't realize.
He fits that perfectly.
Yes, he does.
Debris looking. And that apparently is what set Hayes off last Monday as the rapper who went to rehab to deal with a drug problem last year launched into an angry and profane tirade aimed at the radio legend. He wrote in a series of tweets, "Let me come up on your show, bitch. Come catch this fade. Have me live on the air and we can go pound for pound. See who looks like the fool, you dried up old cunt. See, monkey. Easy to talk shit in a closed off room, pussy. Have me up there in the studio and let's give the people what they want." When Stern didn't respond, Hayes tweeted, "Stop ducking me behind closed doors. Invite me up there and I'll show it in your whole world, you fucking Jerry Gold. See you next time."
I love that. I laugh so hard
If
at
you
that.
keep ignoring me, it only proves you're a pussy. Hayes then took the tone of the tweets up a violent notch, posting an emoji of a gun firing with a message, "You know I will fuck you up. Ha, bitch. Howie, do you have any idea how badly I'm going to assault you when I see you? You can't run from me forever, knock knees. Howie, listen, one day, maybe tomorrow, maybe 10 years from now, I'm going to see you in person. I'm going to hurt you. I hope you travel with security. Please have me on the show." Hayes, and perhaps a nod to Stern's constant reference to nepotism, wrapped up his rant by tweeting, "That's what separates me from you pussies. I don't live my life by anybody's rules but my own. Suck my fucking dick."
Wow. I love it. I don't care where it comes from. I love it. I love it. I mean, every bit of that. The Jerry curled C word was almost what I called myself tonight. And I didn't want to have the C word written out. And and so he's legitimately holding on to it, because this interview you're about to play is from like last year.
Okay. So he's still carrying
carrying it around.
Sour grapes. All right, here we go.
Oh, man, we were just watching the clip of you fucking saying that you wanted to assault Howard Stern. That was the best.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, you tweeted that. He had the clip talking about you, and then you had the tweets basically saying, "I will fuck you up. When I see you, I'm going to beat your ass." I'm like, nobody ever did Howard like that. That's fire.
Yeah, dude. Fuck Howard, man.
You still got a chip on your shoulder about that?
For sure.
What show is this?
Some other fellow wigger had a podcast. I can't remember. I think it's an NBA podcast.
Really?
I think it's a basketball orient. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. I wish I could remember.
Because he was like the first real person like talk. Okay, like when I
can you imagine?
Man, this is going back so far, dude.
I like it. Let's dig in.
Like when I was 19. Okay, this is 2009, 2010. So I made it for my school. My college, because our colors were white and purple, and I just made a song like that, and he shit on me so hard, dude. Howard shitted on me so hard, and I'm like, bro, like I'm a 19-year-old kid, bro. Like, why are you picking on a little kid? Like, you know what I mean? And to this day, I'm just like, that shit wasn't cool, dude. That shit wasn't cool, and it's like, fuck him, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but he's an old man, so it's like it wouldn't be right for me to beat his ass, but you know.
You could get another old man
in his
to beat
prime.
ass.
In his prime, that would be a great fucking fight to line up. Me versus Howard Stern when he was like 30.
I think he's like 8 feet tall.
I think he's like 80 years old now.
He is, but you know, it's like if you ever had a problem with a girl, like theoretically, you could send another girl to fight her.
Yeah.
You could find another geriatric asshole man to fight.
Yeah, that's a good fucking idea. Like challenge him to a duel, and then I find another senior citizen to be my second. I'm like, I'm not going to duel you. He's going to.
You ever think
I'll
of
just
starting a YouTube
I'll just go to
channel?
Gold's.
In the media, in relate, and because it's kind of changed the way that you viewed it.
Like my dad's fame, or
yeah,
what
just the
exactly?
way that it would make people sort of judge you by this crazy standard.
Yeah, I mean, people already judged me like that before, but that was the first time it was just on like a massive public level,
right?
And it was a shock, and it was painful, dude, because like I was just a 19-year-old kid, like having fun, like talking about like my being in a fraternity in college, like I wasn't like talking about anything.
You know,
You gotta have thick skin, period, and it's like
yes, you do.
But that's
Very
how
good
shit
skin.
is. These motherfuckers, like, they have to have shit to talk about. They have to have little petty bullshit. That's literally their job. Like Wendy Williams, bro.
She talked about you,
bro. She has talked about me so many fucking times, dude.
Now, do you remember we did a show where Howard had Kimmel on, and every now and again, Kimmel can get good because he'll kind of dig into Howard with something behind the scenes shit. And Kimmel, he was trying to do a wig of culpa with who has he not had on the show that will not reconcile with him, who will not give him a shot. One of my guesses was Hanks because of this. I think it spiraled him into a drug problem, and Tom Hanks he's not having it. He's not coming on. He still hasn't been on the show.
No.
And Billy Crystal was another guess. It was a really good conversation we had. It was like, yes, Howard just refused to do the show, who still hate his guts and will not do the show. It basically was the gist of this topic. And Kimmel actually brought it up, and we were all theorizing. They wouldn't mention, Kimmel was whispering to Howard who they were, and he wouldn't say it on the air, and we were theorizing who they were. And Hanks is one of the names that I threw out there.
Here's Chet today so that we can see what this boy that Gina Bobina is saying is kind of handsome.
She likes Fred Norris and Chet Hayes. It's quite a range.
Right.
Ms. Bobina.
There he is with all those tats. He looks like a little person, though. He looks like his arms are a little bit on the short side.
A little Chauncey Hayden beard there, too. He's gonna be Chauncey Hayden in about 25 years.
He's a little gingery. Yeah. All right, so we're going to wrap up with this Tommy Molden clip. So, Tommy from Molden
so
clip.
I don't know. I just found this because it's on the same show.
Yeah.
And I looked and I see Tommy from Malden, and Howard said he caught him talking shit about him on Twitter, and Tommy brings up the whole thing with Gary the Conqueror and all that politically correct stuff, and so he caught him tweeting about him, and it's an interesting conversation, the politically correct turn of Howard and Tommy calling him out on one of the last real phone callers we've had.
All right,
same show.
Ronnie's like a mushroom.
He's
Get
a
it?
fun guy.
Fun guy. Hey, what's this note I'm getting?
Jeez, really?
Fun guy.
Fun
guy. Oh, okay, I'm with you. Hey, did you trash me on Twitter recently?
A little bit.
I just got a note that you trashed me.
Why was that?
I said you're politically correct.
I'm politically correct?
Yeah.
Is that why there's an article in the paper every week telling me what a fucking asshole I am?
Yeah, they listen to Tommy from Malden. That's where the New York Post gets all their stories.
Oh. Well, what was I politically correct about?
About Gary the Conqueror, Wendy the...
Oh, right. Yeah, well, that is true. I did.
We're cleaning up our language.
I did clean that up, yeah. Okay, fair enough. That's not a bad comment. That's an accurate thing in that case.
No, but listen, like yesterday, it kind of bit you in the ass. That lady calls up and says, oh, you made a joke about Asperger's.
Yeah,
right?
I told her to get a life, though.
Yeah, exactly. I like my Asperger's with Swiss cheese and mushrooms. How about you?
Tommy with the puns? Is that a pun? I don't even know what that is. Is that a pun, Robin?
I don't know. I tweeted it yesterday. People seem to like it.
All right, Tommy.
Thanks, Howard. You're the best.
Hey, is it still snowing in Boston?
Yeah.
Okay, enough of that.
So that was like the first time where we're going, where is this going? And all this weird stuff happens in terms of repartee or lack thereof. And you're like, what did he just say? And
Bon
Tommy
Jovial
was
is remastering that first show for us.
The Tommy from Malden show? He was on a couple times.
Silly, our show that we did with the Chet Hayes.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Good luck.
he's remastering that for us. Yeah, good luck with that. That was such a
audio.
shit show. And it used to be so classic because Grace and I used to get completely shit-faced and laugh our asses off. It was fun for a hot minute, until the world collapsed on top of us.
And then when you would walk Grace home, you would get spit on by homeless black guys the whole way home.
Exactly, a whole block
and then
away. And
the Hell's Kitchen police would follow him around.
Exactly.
Full investigations.
Exactly. All right, so here's what's going on. So Saturday night, let me just confirm what time, because I have absolutely no idea time. Bon Jovial decided to put up the Brent Hatley interview. I do believe, I'm totally mistaken. So hang on a second. I'm looking it up right this second, so that you know. And then I will definitely be in the chat on that one. If there are questions that you would like to ask Brent for a future show that he will be on, post it in the chat on Saturday night. And we're talking about, John and I would really like for him to talk about minutia. And so that's really where our heads are at. Where is the bathroom located at the stage show?
Where's Howard's bathroom? Yep.
What
the
are
freight
the things-
elevator.
Exactly. All of that stuff.
The parking garage that he pulls into. What time does he get there? What time does he leave? Does he actually TM? Friends of the court. How often is that used? The guest booking. Who does he turn down? And how is it? All the shit they refuse to the staff's not allowed to talk about. It's just endless.
I don't even see that he has the Brent show up on the channel yet. So I don't know what time this is at. So let's go with 8, 9, somewhere around there. But we'll be sure.
When Brent and Shuli left the show, does Howard absorb their salaries? What happens to that money? What happens to that?
Has anybody ever
he just pockets
his food? Whoever gets his food for him,
Everything that we can possibly find out.
That's what I want to know. Is there a little extra booger with
Has
that
Brent
salad?
been to the Millennium Towers? Let's get a walkthrough of that. Has Brent ever been up there for some reason, having to drop something off, and
who
how
is
that
the
goes?
shusher? Who is
yes,
the shusher?
Who's the shusher? Is right. We think
That's
it's Marcy.
That's a great question. Okay, so we have a date. It's coming up on 4/2/2022. I just don't know the time. Okay, so I'll post it on the site. I'll post it on Insta, and we'll post it on.
This is an outrage.
It is an outrage. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, but we've done way more show than we have been paid for. So we got to go. I got to go walk dogs. And we love you all. And I'll be in the chat on Saturday. And we will
And the Deppening drops. The 5-hour Deppening drops tomorrow.
Christ.
If you're flying from
New York to
Washington
California.
to Las Vegas, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
And just so you know, I have linked the Deppening channel in the notes on the bottom of all these shows. So if you want to listen to Deppening, just click on it and make sure that you subscribe to his channel as well. Okay? So everybody have a great night, and we will talk to you on Saturday. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so that you know when we're going to have a new show. Thanks.